penultimate episode of Pleasure Explosion.
Wow, that was an introduction. Yay.
That is the correct word.
Yay.
Actually, I don't know if you're supposed to woo. Shouldn't we be like, oh.
Well, no. Well, let's go out with a bang rather than a whimper, Let's not see it as a bad thing. Let's see it as a good thing. For what it was.
I try to see all
Going out on
things
top
as,
or bottom,
that's
depending
right.
on which one.
Depending on how you look at it. Or
Which
because we're
position
going
you
out on
prefer?
episode 69, we're going out on both ends of it.
Ooh. Sexual
Yeah.
innuendo. It's awesome.
Nice.
Noise.
So we are recording this middle of the afternoon on Sunday the 10th is when we're recording this episode behind the scenes. We all wake up very early this morning to watch the EA press conference to kick off things at E3. We don't really need to cover that in this because we talked about it for 20 minutes, which you can find on, by now, youtube.com/Explosion Network, twitch.tv/Explosion Network, explosionnetwork.com/E3 2018. All those places will lead you to it. So we don't need to go over it, but we all presumably head back to bed after that, right? Did everyone actually manage to get sleep?
I woke up at 8:30. Well, I didn't.
Fucking
Sorry. Recorrect that. I didn't wake up at 8:30. My dog was like, "Hey man, what's up?" Because of course it was house sitting for my parents. So Sully the Great Dane was my best friend for the last 24 hours because he follows me everywhere. He's like, "What's up? Let's hang out." Except for followed me for the entire day, except for the EA conference. Literally, I sat down at the laptop, turned the EA conference on, and he was like, "No, I'm going back to bed. See ya." Walked away, and then 8:30 was like, "Hey man, I'm good."
What time did we jump off at? Like 5:30?
5:30.
Did you go straight to bed?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to get to sleep?
5:31.
Fucking, actually, yeah, I was about to say, I do know you well enough now to know that that's exactly what probably happened, yeah. That was a bit of a silly question. Ciaran could probably fall asleep between two crevices in the ground, like just leaning up against a wall, eyes closed.
Yeah.
So
Gone.
there's actually a picture of me where my dad has, in the middle of the night for some reason when we're staying at a hotel, has, how hotels to make one big bed, they put two small beds together?
Yeah.
He's literally just ripped the two beds apart, just pushed them apart, and I've fallen down the middle, and I slept for another 3 hours after that. I didn't move. I just slept between the two beds.
That sounds all about right.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly, yeah, me and Ash
As long
just
as your body is supported, you'll be asleep.
Yeah. As long as I've got some kind of, something to lie on, I'm good.
How about you, Ash?
I had to go pick up my brother from work because he was
What
working.
the fuck?
So I got back
At what time?
6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, so you didn't even go to sleep? So
No, I didn't go to sleep straight away. I picked him up, came back, collapsed, and got about an hour and a half of sleep.
What time did you get back then?
6:45, something like that.
45 minutes?
Yeah. No,
Far out.
What time
he
did you
took
wake
forever
up
to
then?
get out of work. I don't know what to talk about.
I was up until I didn't get into bed until 6:35 or something. Because I cut out the video and did all that hoopla and then got shit rendering. Got to make use of that sleeping time rendering.
Good job. Good job, Dylan.
It's
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good use of time.
Productive.
But then I did the whole, because I popped a Rockstar energy drink.
You're an idiot.
When I wake up.
You're an idiot. This is where you screwed up. This is your problem.
I woke up at 3 o'clock though, right? And there was still 45 minutes to go. And I'm like, well, I feel like I just need the kick now to get through. And it was all well and good until I got into bed at 6:35. Well, I was also freezing because I'm like, that's a problem with living in the colder areas when E3 is on. I just relate cold to E3.
Oh, really? That's rough.
It's like sitting at my computer, watching the conferences cold, and then getting into bed after, because the sheets are off, and then I jump back in, and then you jump back into bed, and it's everything's just fucking freezing. So I just went back to sleep with all my clothes on, including socks.
Benefits
I'm not
to
having
having
that
a
shit.
Great Dane sleep in the bed while the E3 conference was on. I came back to a warm bed.
It's a benefit of also having a girlfriend or something, I hear, but you know what?
I don't know. She could be one of those cold-blooded ones that saps the warmth out of you. And he was like, "Oh god."
Vampires.
Well,
That's what they.
yeah.
One of them. But yeah, I did that whole thing where I was laying in bed for what seems... You don't really know how long it is, though, You're laying there, and it feels like it could be 10 minutes, half an hour, an hour,
I don't
2
really
hours.
know
Like
that
you
feeling.
don't really know.
I don't really know
You
that
don't-
feeling.
You don't really know.
No.
You wouldn't know. Do you know what I'm talking about, Ash?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Your brain just starts thinking about
Random stuff.
1,001 things, goes for it, and then you're like, can we stop thinking about this? Because I feel like the fact that I'm thinking about this is the fact that I'm still awake, possibly. So then you try and not think about it, but then you're thinking too much about trying not to think about it, and then maybe that's what's causing you to stay awake, and you just start being like, can someone just knock me the fuck out?
Yeah.
That was my...
Oh, yep.
That's,
Yep.
I mean,
I feel like
that's
so.
sleep
There are
schedule.
some. All right, I lied. So there are some when I'm excited for something. So when there's like, I'm going on holiday the next day, or I'm going to PAX, or
Yeah, I can't sleep.
like I can't sleep then because I'll
Too
be
hard to
excited.
sleep.
And generally, what
Yeah.
I have to do is I have to like reset myself. Like after about 15 minutes, I have to get out of bed, grab like a drink of water, go to the toilet, something, and then go back to bed and try and like start again. Or else my
I
body
do
will
that.
just
I call that the Christmas feeling because, like, I just relate it to being a little kid.
yes. Yeah.
And Christmas Eve just being unable to go to sleep.
And you do that
'Cause of
thing
the
where you
pure
try it with
excitement.
you try it with your parents. You're like, it's 4:00. It's kind of near morning. So you're like, I'll give it a try. I'll go be like, hey, mum and dad, hey, what up? Can we, presents? And they'll be like, no, Ciaran, go back to bed, you dickhead. I'm like, fair enough. And walk
That sounds
away.
about right.
Yeah.
I think one Christmas I got up. I was going to say I was trying to think like if I would have told this story, but then I'm like I don't think so because I wasn't on the Christmas
No, I don't think you
special
were.
episode that we did last year, so probably not. I remember the earliest I ever got up for Christmas was don't know what age, but I did that whole thing where you wake up and you look at the time and you're like because your eyes wake up and you know it's Christmas, so you burst of energy like lean over to the. I would have had a like bedside table clock, I suppose. Like I wouldn't have had a phone, so I would have like leaned over, saw the time, and it would have been like 4:30 or 4:40 or something really around that, heading towards 5. And I was like, "Fuck!" And I remember just laying there going, "Fuck!" Well, not fuck, but like, just like getting frustrated. Yeah, like drat. I'm just getting frustrated that I can't get back to sleep. I can't get up yet, and then you're doing the whole thing where you're kind of just hoping to hear the noise of your parents up because it's like if they're up. I can get up. Like that's the rule for how the system kind of works.
Yeah.
And I remember just laying there, and eventually I just gave up because I'm like, well, fuck this shit. Like I can't get back to sleep. And I just got up, went to the tree, and I just opened one present because I'm like, well, I'm awake. Like, what's it gonna hurt just to open one present? Like it won't be the end of the world.
What was
It'll
it?
be fine. Game Boy.
You opened like was that like your big present for the year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I picked one of the small boxes, of course, thinking smaller box,
Less
smaller
expensive.
present,
Yeah.
bigger boxes, the more expensive things, which doesn't really make sense because the bigger things were often like clothes or shoes or anything like that. Like it could have been shit that I didn't actually want, but I needed.
A lawnmower.
But you don't know you need clothes. You don't want clothes though when you're a kid. No, you don't want clothes as a present. You don't know. You need it.
But you
But
don't,
you don't want it.
But you don't want it.
You don't want practical gifts.
I don't want that shit. So I remember hearing my parents stir in their bedroom. I could hear them talking or whatever. So I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll go say what's up and just tell them that.
Just be like, hey, open
thanks.
this Game Boy thing.
Can you believe Santa did this?
I literally walk into the room. Well, I knock on the door and they're like, come in. I like walk in. I'm like, thanks for the Game Boy. And they're like, what? Wait, what? And then I'm like, oh, I just thought I'd open one present because I got off early. And they're like, you're not allowed to open presents. Like, anyone thinks that. And then I found out, and then the mum's like, well, since you already done this, she like leaned over the bed and like she had another one under a bedside table. They took all my pocket money off me like a month prior. They're like, we're going to take all this off you and we'll buy you something that actually you want instead of you like fucking wasting it on like confectionery before school or something ridiculous like that. And it was probably like $60 to $100. I don't really know. But what they'd done is they'd taken the money and they'd used it to buy the Harry Potter Game Boy game, Philosopher's Stone.
Which Game Boy are we talking? Are we talking of the SP?
Color.
The color.
Yeah, colour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember
the green
I
color.
can't remember there being a Harry Potter game for the color. I can remember on like the
This
Advance.
game-
Was, yeah.
This game is no shit. Spoilers. Well, hopefully I'm going to be on that episode of Top 5 with Nick where we does licensed games, right? I've got my list written. I'm trying to...
Is this game on that list?
Yeah, this game is on that list.
Okay.
Like, it is no shit one of the best licensed games
I can remember having a Harry Potter game on Game Boy, but I think I had Chamber of Secrets.
Chamber of Secrets and Philosopher's Stone on the Game Boy were both RPGs.
Yes, yeah, no, because I remember being like walking around and like in the second one I can remember like wizard dueling Draco Malfoy at like midnight, and you had to like sneak through Hogwarts to go meet him.
I never actually got Chamber of Secrets on Game Boy, but I know that both of those on Game Boy were RPGs, but Philosopher's Stone I played the fuck out of, and it was amazing. It was literally walk around, random battles. You had to grind. It was like everything that my childhood heart, who loved Final Fantasy, Pokemon, JRPG stuff, wanted. And as a huge Harry Potter fan, it was like, this is everything. This is just combining my love for Pokemon games with Harry Potter.
Did you play Chamber of Secrets on PS2? That game was fucking
PS1.
Awesome.
I played it on PS1.
Wasn't that... Or were they both on PS1?
They were both, but there was like different versions. Like Philosopher's Stone was on PS1 as well, but it wasn't an RPG.
Because I remember
the Game Boy version was the PS.
I remember
was an RPG.
Chamber of Secrets, and I don't know why I think it's PS2, where I was like running, like it had like Hogwarts like remade. You could run around, you could fly around the school on your broomstick. It was pretty legit because I loved Harry Potter. Being able to walk around was pretty cool.
The variation in which I played them all is odd, because I remember like playing the first one, the GBA one. Then I played like Chamber of Secrets was PS1. Prisoner of Azkaban was a PS2 game that I was so excited for that I remember.
Was terrible.
I pre-ordered it.
Yeah, no, because from Prisoner onwards, the Harry Potter games were terrible because they decided to do like levels, and I was like, no, this is not what I want.
I think I played the next one on PC. And then Goblet of Fire. Actually, I don't think I actually played Goblet of Fire, but then the rest after that were Half-Life Prince through were PS3 games. I played all of those. I didn't play Deathly Hallows Part 2 or whatever, but the rest I played on PS3, and I've got a platinum in one of them because it was fairly easy, but it wasn't a great game. But anyway, the Game Boy Color Harry Potter Philosopher's Stone game, one of the greatest underrated licensed games ever, as far as I'm concerned. Amazing. RPG elements. You want to battle Voldemort? How do you want to do it in a game? You don't want to run around third person casting spells. That's shit. You want an RPG system, because it's just like, you forgive everything. Because if you're doing a third person kind of realistic, you hit him with one fucking spell, you're like, mate, go down. In the movie, when Harry finally hits him with one spell, it's like he's down, he's out. It isn't like he takes spells on the chin and gets over it. But my parents then gave me that game. I was like, well, here you go. Guess you have that. And that's the Christmas that probably stands out to me the most. Actually, getting my Game Boy is the number one present.
The first Christmas when I realized I was pretty much an adult, because that was the first Christmas that everybody was waiting for me, like that I had slept in. And people, and like my sister woke me up and was like, hey.
That's me all the time now.
It was like, hey.
Every single Christmas.
Let's open some Christmas presents. And my dad's the worst on Christmas because we have a rule. The rule in our house is that we can't open any presents till everybody's sat down in the lounge room on the couch. So we'd be sat there, like Mum, my sister and me would be sat in the lounge room waiting. And he'd feel like the need to clean something or just have to do like one job before he has to come sit down. It'd be the most excruciating wait in the world. It was the worst. It was torture.
I think he's probably doing it on purpose.
Yeah, he definitely was. Because that stuff many is.
What is the Christmas gift that stands out most to you in your head, Ciaran?
Nintendo Wii.
Really?
No, not because of the actual present. It was how it was presented to me. So for Christmas, because this was my last Christmas in England, and so my parents sat me down a little bit before Christmas, like, okay, do you want a PC, an Xbox 360, or a Nintendo Wii? And Dad showed me the Twilight.
You fucked up.
I did fuck up out of those three choices. I now know this. But Dad showed me the Zelda trailer from the Nintendo Wii, and just like I was lost in it because of the freaking like you can wave your Wii remote in the where you want your sword to swing. Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. And then so I remember Christmas Day, and there was this giant box in the living room. I was like, oh okay. And my parents were like, here you go. And I open it up, and it's a PC box. And I remember being so disappointed.
What is a quote unquote PC box?
Like, it's like a box that you get a PC in. Like, it has like the picture of like the
like a full made desktop.
Yeah, like a
PC,
desktop, but
right.
it had like a monitor with it, so it was like had like a picture of a monitor or like a computer.
I've never actually seen how they come. Like, if
and
you
it was
click on
like so.
Martin
This
on
was
or
like
something.
yeah. So this is for people who just buy factory made just default PCs, and it was an Acer.
HP Pavilion.
Pardon?
HP Pavilion.
Yeah, something like that. So and I opened it. I remember being so disappointed, so disappointed. And this is why young Ciaran was an idiot. So disappointed at this PC. Dad's like, "You can open it." I went, "Oh yeah, I guess so." Open it up and there's a Nintendo Wii inside of it. And I was like, "Oh my god!" Ah! And yeah, but
Did you get Zelda?
Yeah,
was
I
that
did.
a release game? I can't even remember.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, because it was a GameCube game beforehand,
Oh,
and then
yes,
they
that's right.
re-released it on Wii or whatever. Wasn't a bad Zelda, but yeah, had Wii Sports. Played Wii Sports.
I like how your favorite Christmas memory is one where you like I fucked up. That's my favorite Christmas memory.
Yeah, no.
The one
But
where
when I look
fucked
back
up.
at it, I just because I find it really funny and amusing that I was so disappointed, and my parents had just played me. But yeah, now when I look back, I'm like, I wish I had got an Xbox or a PC. Idiot.
But I mean, the money wise, it's not really. I don't understand how it's even equal ground. You know, like Wii was probably $400 or something Australian.
Well, it's probably
I
not.
suppose.
It probably was an equal ground, but my parents were just like, "Picks one, we'll just grab it, whatever."
And a decent PC would have been like
It wouldn't have been a
double the
decent
price.
PC. I could guarantee now, in my current life experience of PCs, my parents would not have bought a good PC.
It still would have been better than a Wii.
Would have been better than a Wii, hell yeah. Would have been much better than a Wii. But yeah, at the time I was like, wow, this Wii's gonna be amazing. This is the future. Motion controls. Wow.
Yep, motion controls. Wow.
Motion controls. Wow. Play Wii Sports with the family. Look, Mum, I'm at the tennis. I'm finally good at sports.
I can't remember if you went over this on the thing. Ash.
Yeah, I
What
did.
was-
Episode 44. Check it out.
There you go. We can tell it again.
I
now,
have no
please.
idea what I said, so I'm just gonna.
Well, say make it up. Go a new one.
I
Just
can't
whatever
think of
comes to you.
anything off
Just
the top of my
recreate
head.
it.
Yeah,
He can't
What do you
even
mean
think
you
of
can't think
anything.
of
I
a
don't know, I
favorite
guess-
Christmas?
yeah. There was never any like big.
The most Scrooge McDuck
Yeah.
person of the Explosion Network.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't remember ever getting like a PlayStation or anything at Christmas. I think I got like a
Did you
stereo
get-
system once, like a.
Did you often get shared presents? Because this is the thing. I never lived in a house where there was like lots of either like multiple kids or multiple boys. So it was just me and my
have a
sister, and my
sister.
sister's like 9 years older than me. So there was no way we were getting a joint present. Did you ever have to do joint present? Like it was like your parents were like, here's like one big present for you all to share. And
Yes,
like,
every Christmas.
that'd be the fucking worst. Fuck that.
Every
noise.
Christmas. Did you, Ash?
Yeah, probably. Occasionally.
Literally one every Christmas. I can't remember everything, but off the top of my head, it's like tent. You know, like
A tent.
well, we went camping a lot as kids, so and we used to borrow tents off my grandparents whenever we went with them, and it was like they're hand me down, so it was like we got brought a brand new, better conditioned tent. You know, here's the 1 year it would have been like a trampoline or something like that. You know, another year it would have been like what's that game where the ball's on the stick rope thing and you
Yeah,
have
the
to like
tennis thing. I had one of those.
yeah, like you hit it back and forth. I don't like what's the aim of the
Tetherball?
game
Is it
to like.
tetherball?
I think
Is it
so.
on a
Like you have to
tether?
like make it go like the rope get like wrapped
Yes.
around completely around the other person or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that 1 year.
Those
there
were
would have been
weapons.
other-
Ruining
destruction.
lawns around the country.
yeah, pretty much. Like you'd have to stick it in like 30 centimeters deep or something at least. So yeah,
Or it would bend over.
yeah, or yeah, you'd bend it over.
And for a
I
kid
don't
with
think
no
I'd-
hand-eye coordination, that thing hit me in the head too many times.
Explains a lot.
I think
Sure does.
yeah, there would have been other stuff like that too. But I can't really remember it all. I remember it's like we always used to get a shared gift, and then most years, because Pokemon, of course, comes out towards the end of the year, it would always be like Here, Dylan, you get silver. Here, Brody, you get gold. You know, and then like next year's like, hey, you get ruby, you get sapphire, that kind of thing. So it was always like, here's the shared gift and here's the Pokemon game. One each to go. I remember there was one year where my brother got both copies. And my mum never owned up to it. But I swear to this day, she fucked up. You know what I mean? Like that one of those games was meant for me. There's no way both were meant for my brother. There's no way. Like she just put the wrong fucking sticker on it. But once he opened it, how do you backtrack? Like how do you come back from that? How do you own it up? I think it was X and Y or something like that. Probably I think. Yeah, but I remember like he unwrapped one X, I unwrapped another one Y, and I remember later going to Mum. I'm like, well, those was meant for me, surely. She's like, no, they're both meant for him. I'm like, nah. Don't believe it.
Damn parents. Remember one year my mum refused to wait for my dad to build me like a Action Man car. There's like Action Man. Did you have that in here in Australia? It's a action hero.
Yes, we had. I had an Action Man.
You had Action Man? I remember, but some things I say in Australia, I just get weird looks. And I had it was like a warthog, like buggy thing. Mum, and you had to put it together, and Mum never waited, and then she put the wheels on backwards. And from this day forward, every time Mum's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. We're like, Action Man car. No, let capable Ciaran do it. We don't say capable Ciaran because
his name's Dad.
Yeah, he's my dad.
Why don't you start calling him capable Ciaran?
No. It'll inflate his ego.
Yeah, but that's
Quite rightly.
That's why it would be
Quite
funny.
rightly. Hate you both.
That's why it would be funny though.
So I've got a cool thing to tell you, and I've been saving to tell you this. So, last couple of weeks, I've been writing for a new D&D campaign I'm starting with some friends, and so I'm doing. It's in Theldon again. Tales of Theldon. It's our podcast, D&D.
Is it canon?
It is canon. So I've literally in the build-up. So we had a night where we hung out and I talked through the world and stuff. I literally talked about your story as if it was canon in the world. Like, as if it was just another historical event that happened.
It is. We're heroes.
Yeah, you are. You are heroes. But yeah, so Tales of Theldon is season 1 is canon in the world. And I got super excited and thought it was the coolest shit. Because I then was also talking to somebody, this is going to extend my level of nerddom by quite a bit. So, when I was in year 12, I did LARP, live action roleplay, with like the foam swords and crap. We started the LARP club in Shepparton. And we initially we were writing, it's a fictional world and everything, we were writing it ourselves. And after the first season, I started helping with the second season, and then I quit because I didn't have time because of work. And I was talking to some of the guys that have now been doing, so this was 2012. So they still do the LARP, but it's a different group of people. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to them. I was like, oh yeah, I know the world and I remember it, blah, 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 blah. And they talk about my character as if it's history. And I'm like, that is the coolest shit in the world. Like, that is so goddamn cool that...
Well, I mean, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. But they're just like, oh yeah, that was the Golden Age, and there was... Artemis, and Artemis was my favorite character name, clearly, for multiple reasons now. Yeah, there was Artemis, and I was like, oh my god, that was me. That was me. And they're like, yeah, we were, and I actually wrote a book for that. And they were like, yeah, I had to recently read through that for history stuff. And I was like, that's really cool. That's fucking... So, how do you feel about Theldon being canon, you know? So from on my annual leave...
I expect nothing less.
Yeah.
You expect nothing less. So
I don't want DC 52 universes of Theldon. I want one canon universe.
No, we don't want multiverses.
Yes.
No, so yeah, I got 2 weeks off work for E3 and then to relax. So I'm gonna do a heap of writing. So I'm probably gonna write the campaign for season 2 of Theldon, do some more world writing, so we can start recording in July for Theldon, and then Dylan can get right into editing.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen enough sunshine.
You've seen plenty of sunshine, mate. You went to Brisbane.
Mm-hmm,
You're refreshed, you're recharged, you're ready for 18 hours.
10 days.
In case anybody didn't know, Dylan does not want to edit Theldon for a very long time.
Look, my feelings on Theldon are, by the time I was finished with it, like it's that thing that you hear people talk about, like even like editing movies and stuff. It's like you have to like listen to the same thing or like watch the same thing so many fucking times that by the time you're done, you're just like,
Don't know
I
if
have
it's
no
good.
idea if this is terrible, good, okay, rubbish. Either way, I'm fucking sick of hearing it. Anything. Just sick of it. It's like I'm just sick of hearing everything about this fucking place. It was actually a funny feeling that because when the season finale came out the other week, I was like, huh, they're all out. I swear they came out very fucking fast, and it took me a very long time to edit.
We gave you a week gap between episode 5 and 6. You had plenty of time.
Which was necessary, it turned out. I put it in as a safety net, and I was smart because it was necessary.
Did your editing time get faster though? Because I know the original was like 20 something hours.
Some of them took. Well, it depends. Like, so the ones that were only like 40-minute episodes,
The battles.
maybe like 8 hours, edit something like that. That's on the lower end. The higher end was like episode 5, which was
With Nick, yeah.
Was that with
that
Nick?
was- yes, that was a ridiculous amount.
Because that was
of
the
hours
only
to
one we
edit.
had to split.
Yeah, that was the longest episode.
That was the
By the
longest
time I
one to
dragged
record.
by the time I dragged all the files in, it was like over 3 hours, I think. And the episode's like a bit over an hour total.
And it has like my
By the time it was
saltiest
edited.
moment in Theldon history.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is edited out, of course. But, maybe one day, start a Patreon, unedited Theldon episodes, including Ciaran spitting it with all of us because we're fucking around too much. Listening to that show unedited, without the sound effects and everything, is like just completely different.
Which
It
I
is
think
weird.
it's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Because
So it means
there's
we
so
can
many times where
re-release
we're
it.
fucking around, and like by the time I edit it, all of us laughing and fucking around, including me, Tom, whoever. Even moments where I'm like, Ash is actually the one here causing the issues. Like that's even the thing. I'm like, Ash is the one here. It's not even me or Tom. But it's like edit out all of us in the background and then just edit it all together so all Kieran's actual stuff like links up perfectly and then put music behind it and it actually sounds serious.
Yep.
But I'm like, you put back everything else and we're like laughing together.
Yeah. So I've still got to. I'm going to do a re-listen through as well in the next week of Theldon, and just so I can pick up and just double check I have all of the loose ends still that I'd left in there on purpose, but probably forgot about, and just make sure I have the character listings and stuff properly. So it has continuation, and Ashley has all like the loose ends about his character. It's so great.
Yeah, it's going to be
Keeps
good.
staring at me.
Season
It's
2
fun.
coming.
Season 2. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun.
Maybe this
Maybe.
year? I don't know. I'm not putting a full stop on it.
Let's face it, it's probably going to be February next year.
Let's be real. Most TV shows put out one season a year, right? Season 1 was just out. What more do you fucking want
They
from
only,
me?
they only have like a 3-month break.
No, like Game of Thrones takes like 2
Oh,
years
well,
off. We're the
Well,
Game
this
of
is
Thrones
like the
podcast.
first time it's taken 2 years off.
Yeah.
No, it took longer, over a year last time.
No,
Took
it's
like,
nah.
yeah, it did.
13
No,
months
it did.
maybe.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
Nah.
At the moment, there's a bunch of shows.
There's a
done waiting
bunch
to
of
come
shows
back
that
that's
don't
like
take
a-
any time off.
Yeah,
They
well,
just
your
keep
fucking
recording.
arrows and your whatever.
No,
else.
you're
What we should do, right?
Bold and
Let's record
Beautifuls and
2
yeah.
seasons at once.
Fuck off.
Let's record 2 seasons at once. And then they're all here for Dylan just to go through and edit at his pleasure.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, I'm not against it. Because I can just put them on the cloud to forget about them for
Do you remember that?
points
Do you
in
remember
time.
that for that one episode where we thought we lost my audio?
Yeah, that was great. I loved messaging you that night.
Yeah, that was real bad.
Hey, Ciaran. I've only got like 15 minutes of your audio in this file, and then the rest disappears.
Audio.
I think that was like episode 4 or 5 as well. So it was like
was
around
one
the
of the
middle of this
Early
thing.
ones, yeah.
I was like, fucking brilliant. That's great. That's gonna make my night. Fucking hell. Did you tell all your friends who are playing in Theldon to go listen to Theldon?
Yeah, I did. I was like, if you want to
Important
find out
research.
exactly what happened for the Silverkeep assault, go go check out Tales of Thalden if you want to, And then it's also like an advertising card. It's like a business card, but for D&D. Like if you want to know how my D&D style is, go and check out Tales of Thalden. You can listen to it.
Yeah, explosionnetwork.com.
And if you haven't heard Tales of Thalden yet, and you listen to Pleasure Explosion, you're gonna have some time once Pleasure Explosion is dead. So
Retired.
Retired. We're not murdering it. We're
not allowed to say that word. Ash is straight on to you if you do.
Yeah.
I fucked up in my tweet the other day. Straight away onto me. Retired. Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
That was my bad.
Sorry.
I can't believe the Banter Lab guys killed their show. Same week.
Hey,
we
I was breaking the news on that.
Yeah, they ripped us off though, I feel.
Yeah.
How did they rip us off?
Well, we announced we was retiring Pleasure Explosion only days before they decided that they're going to retire.
I can say that,
Cast.
like, Sam messaged me like a month ago about Casual Cast.
Look, we've been talking about getting rid of Pleasure for longer than last week,
Well, we only announced it just last week.
Yeah, but just saying we announced it first, so
Yeah.
canon-wise.
Canon-wise?
In the Tales of Thalden canon.
We're Armageddon and they're Deep Impact.
Well, the thing is, right, we've seen how they've
Sam's a
done
cunt.
it. I say we kick it up a notch at the same time, and wherever we're retiring Pleasure Explosion to, we lock Bevan in with it.
No.
No, we can't
Just
really
lock
get
him
rid
away.
of Bevan. We might as
Peter
well
would
just
be
shut
after
down
us
the whole
like so
network.
fast.
People won't watch the show about any of our stuff about the cute penguin.
Well, and that's true. Cute mascots help.
I still have the dream of getting a custom Bevan plushie made.
We could just, like, spray paint one of your porgs.
Just stick a beak on it.
Fuck off!
Oh, my freaking watching the EA conference, and they're showing the Ewoks, and Dylan's like, all right, time to announce a hunt mode with porgs. And I'm like, oh, no. You know what?
Porgs.
EA could have been the most surprising hype moment for Dylan for this whole E3. All they had to do was announce Ahsoka for Battlefront.
That's all they had to do.
They literally just had to do one thing, and he would
walk out. Dude puts his arms in the air and just goes, Battlefront 2, Ahsoka, and conference. I'm done. 10 out of 10 double thumbs up. I don't care about the rest of E3. We're done. Sold. That's all I need.
Explosion Network content's cancelled because Ahsoka. It's just E3's done. Who cares about anything else?
On Battlefront
Pretty
Watch.
much. Battlefront 1.
Just refreshing the page every day, seeing if the DLC is out yet.
Probably.
Yeah.
So there's not many things I need. There is just a couple things I want from Star Wars.
Just a couple.
Ahsoka.
Just a couple? Are we talking Star Wars in general or Battlefront?
Just Star Wars in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want Ahsoka in everything. Well, not really everything, but I just want an Ahsoka game or her to be in the DLC for Battlefront even. Or
You want her to get her
anything
due.
like that. I want her to get her due. Yeah, that's right. Then I want a legit Star Wars horror movie where I don't like my pitch is.
Isn't that what the prequels are?
Oh! I want a bunch of random characters, to get trapped in a a building, I don't know, anything, and a monster escapes and they're trapped in there or something like that. Or a bounty hunter is after a bunch of people and they have to hide in a house as a scary bounty hunter tries to take them out one by one, and that's like a slasher flick. But I want a legit Star Wars horror movie.
A legit one?
Yeah. Number 3. I don't really know. That's probably my 2 top things at the moment.
Live action porgs.
they're weird
You built
calls,
us
but-
up for 3 things, and then you were just
Sorry,
like, oh,
for
wait.
porgs. That's right. Sorry, porgs. Porgs to be in episode 9.
Do you want there to be
Just
like
a
a porg
porg
Christmas
documentary.
special?
No, I just want them to be in episode 9 because I've big fears, right?
Yeah.
JJ Abrams is going to come back. Fuck me over.
They'll bring out they'll have bug spray, but it's pork spray.
Well, here's my worry, right? Not to go on a Star Wars tangent, all-around explosion or something. But episode 9, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be set years later after episode 8. It's going to be
I think
several
that's
years
been confirmed even.
They haven't confirmed anything.
I think
for episode
no. I
9 yet.
think John Boyega said it was set years later.
Oh, he'd probably get in trouble if that's the real thing. But I haven't seen that. But that's what I think it should be, because I picture the opening crawl. It's been X years since blah 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 blah. General Leia Organa has died. Poe Dameron, now General, leads the resistance against Kylo Ren. You know, something along those lines is what I see it as. And because it's several years later, JJ can be like, meh, porgs. But there was a porg, at least one porg on the Falcon when they leave at the end of 8. There was at least one there. All right, and I want that porg to become best friends with Chewie, R2, Poe, Rey, Finn.
Just name everybody.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, when Kylo turns back to the light side, they become best buddies.
And then they all, like, he's about to strike down Rey, and then the porg jumps in the way. And he's like, he stops, he stares at it, his mind crumbles to the cuteness that is in front of him. His heart sinks, the darkness fades away, and he comes to the light side. And the porgs were really the heroes of the story all along, because they were on the Jedi Temple Island. That's why they're the creatures there. That's the big secret. They're really the most
powerful
light side animal, the most legit light side animal in the whole galaxy. Porgs. They bring balance
to the Force.
To the Force. Why? You're laughing like it's not a thing that could happen, but...
Yeah, it's not a thing that can happen.
You sure? I feel like it could happen. I feel like you're just being a little bit judgmental.
Well, not now.
Why not?
Because JJ's seen that idea and he's like, I don't want to do that idea because it's already out there.
JJ, if you're listening...
It's already out there.
Don't produce another shitty Cloverfield movie. Thank you. Good luck with episode 9. That's my story. Thank you very much. Did you say he started a video game company today?
Bad Robot's going to be doing video games.
Bad Robot's going to be doing video games. Yeah. So we're going to have a bunch of video games with storylines that don't make sense.
The video game.
On cliff. There was a fucking video game. I played it.
Yeah?
Terrible. Are you surprised?
Not really.
It was absolute trash. But I got it, of course, because I was a big Lost fan. Are you Lost fans? Anyone here Lost fans? No? Watched it?
Barely any.
Ciaran?
A little bit. I remember watching the first couple seasons and then it started getting weird, so I stopped.
Don't let that JJ make it up as you go flair.
Well, it just got
Wasn't it more Damon Lindelof than JJ Abrams?
Well, yeah, it's him too, but, you know, we blame JJ because it's his company that produces it.
Do we? Does the
That's
internet,
how the internet works. That's how the internet works, Ash. That's how the internet works.
No, I've seen the internet. I'm pretty sure Lindelof's the one to blame. Or has taken the brunt.
He is probably taking the brunt, it's true. Lost is a great show, though. JJ also produced another one. I wouldn't say Lost is one of my favourite shows. Like, I don't know if Nick's going to do TV shows eventually, but eventually we're going to have to do TV shows on Top 5. And
there's only so many subjects.
There's only so many subjects, but I'm excited for Top 5 cucumber species or something. And then he's... did anyone ever watch Fringe?
Yes, I watched a couple of seasons.
Watch all of it. It's one of the most underrated shows. Have you ever seen this, Ciaran?
Really? I've heard about it. Is it
fucking fantastic?
Is this the one? Is it like supernatural or something like infection or some crap?
No, it's
like sci-fi.
I mean, it's like X-Files ish when it starts. Like most shows, it kind of starts out very monster of the week with an overarching story, but you know, each episode has a contained story type thing, and there's people, and there's like special division of FBI put together to investigate these like supernatural-esque events that are happening, and they're tracking them down, blah blah blah, and the thing that makes this show, everyone in it is great. However, there are a couple elements that tie it all and make it work so well, and one of them is I can't remember the actor's name. Is John something or other?
John Noble.
Remember, but who? John Noble. Yep. Thank you. John Noble, who's an Australian actor, and he is the reason to watch this show, if anything. He plays a crazy doctor dude who's the father of one of the other characters in it, who's off that from the clouds
Joshua Jackson.
or whatever. Thank
From
you,
the
Joshua
Mighty
Jackson.
Ducks.
No, what? There's a one of those shows that he's in though, like the real day drama.
He was in Dawson's Creek.
Dawson's Creek, that's the one. Thank you. And he's great in it. He's a guy, a doctor dude or whatever, scientist who's just on psychedelic drugs at all points in time and kind of lost his mind. There's a thing in the show where he starts talking to a cow and he names the cow. And there was actually at one point, I was so into the show, I had the cow and him as my Facebook banner picture at one stage. Like that's how much I was into this show. Fringe.
Okay.
And
Has it been cancelled? Is it over?
No, it wasn't cancelled. It was wrapped up, finished. Like
5 seasons.
They actually finished it. 5 seasons?
Yep.
Yeah.
5 seasons, 100 episodes.
Done.
It's pretty good.
Great. And it was one of those shows too where like, it was Monster of the Week to start off with. And then as they got towards those last couple seasons, I think like the last 2 seasons or like even season 3, they kind of started going a bit more into just being one big story. But especially the last 2 seasons and the last season is just like one big, episode after episode just takes place. Like there's not Monster of the Week. It's just here's the story as it's going. But I suppose when you start these shows, you have to have that Monster of the Week thing because it's kind of how you like. I don't think it gets greenlit.
Yeah, that's how you get people in.
Yeah, it's how you get people in. But yeah, it's like it's my favorite sci-fi show that's come out of the 20th century, I guess is the way that you go for it.
21st.
Yeah. 21st century? Yeah, sorry. Coming out of 21st century. Great. Highly suggest it. Got a bunch of Australian people in it too. I think Olivia, what's her name?
Torv.
The main Torv, yeah, she's Australian too, or New Zealand actually, I think, or something.
Anna Torv.
So, Anna Torv, yeah, we count her though. She's part of the crew.
It.
She is Australian.
We claim it. Yeah, we claim.
She's from
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Okay.
Yep.
Melbourne. There you go. See, bunch of Australian people in it. What more do you want from an American sci-fi show?
Also got Lance Reddick, who's good.
He's fucking great too. That's the first thing I saw him in was that. And any other role I ever see Lance in now, I just think of him from Fringe, which is weird because I'm sure people think of him from any other things. But he's just got like such a distinctive voice, very deep voice, detective, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's Fringe. I hope I've sold you as all. I forgot how we got here at all, but
It was an adventure. That's what it was. Lost, bad robot. Yeah, we went for a ride, a wild ride, and it's time for where we go in our different directions. Play us out, Charlie Puth and whoever wrote the Fast and Furious song. Play us out.
Wiz Khalifa.
That's it.
Is
that even the
tune? It's close enough, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Do you know he that was like Charlie trivia, he was like writing that song or whatever, and that was like his first take, that chorus singing part, because they were trying to come up with a song for that movie, and obviously a bunch of people were sending in like for studios and whatever, saying like, here's my idea for this, and he recorded that one bit, sent it in, and they were like, this is it, and we're using this take. It's like he's in, and that's kind of what kicked off his career because he wasn't like a big name for that. So It's just like sometimes you just
get lucky.
You do something and it works the first time, and you don't need to overthink it or
because he was part of Ellen's experiment. I know because Ellen's
experiment.
Ellen had like a recording label for a while, and it failed miserably.
Yeah. But that song, and then you get Wiz Khalifa on there.
The Wiz.
Black and yellow.
Wizza
Khalifa. Black and yellow. Snoop Dogg's cousin.
Dylan, are you doing the next Bevan Beats?
I am. It's out. I don't know if he's his legit cousin.
It's out yesterday.
Yeah, it was out yesterday.
How, yesterday?
Did you like it?
I hope so. I liked Ashley, so I'll hope I like it.
A lot of rap music on mine.
Jeez, you should have listened to it already. God. I can read you the. Do you want to know the list? We can
sure. Let's go through this list really quick.
Let's go through it right now. If you're not checking out Bevan Beats, it is our bi-weekly article / playlist segment thing where we put together a list of songs, and then you can listen to them, and we write a little bit about them, and then you can check them out. Yeah, that's the pitch, right? It's hard to explain.
That's the pitch.
It's just a bit of fun.
Two solid playlists so far, so let's keep it going.
My first song is Apathetic Revolution by the Bennies, which is a Australian stoner band.
Okay.
My second song is Do What You Want by the Presets, which I think everyone knows who the Presets are, right? The Australian techno, what do you want to call them? Third song, Wonderland by Churches. Churches.
Churches.
Got a
V in it.
Heard that
In
one?
all
I saw on
caps.
Instagram last night. You was listening to the album, Ash. What did you think of that?
Yeah, it's good.
It's a good album. Did you listen to it because you edited my article?
Maybe that was the spur.
Thank you. I'll take it. Point for me. It's working. Next song, Better Now by Post Malone. There's two Post Malone songs in this. I put my cutoff at 2. Like, I'll allow myself 2 from the same artist. Like, there's no really rules to this, but like I was setting them
Self rules
on myself, you know. So I was like, I'll allow 2.
What's the second one?
Oh wait, I cut it. Oh wait, never mind. I cut it. No, there's not even 2 anymore. I cut it. I must have had 14 originally. I cut the one. It's okay, everyone. It's fine. There's not 2. I solved my problem.
false alarm
Everyone. Better Now off Post Malone's new album Beer Bongs Bentleys, which is one of the things I'm listening to at the most, and because I'm just like a big Post Malone fan who gets really drunk and tries to sell you to listen
tries
to
to
Post
sell
Malone.
everybody on it, and then the next time they see that person is like, nah, you didn't listen to it, and they're like, actually I did and I love it, so thanks.
Sorry. The next song, This Is America by Childish Gambino,
Never heard of it.
which felt a bit silly to put on because you're like, well, everyone's listening to it. But I mean, this playlist is supposed to just be, because you both kicked it off with like your About Me, whatever playlist type stuff. And this isn't really an About Me one, but it's just like, here are the songs that I'm listening to the most at the moment, you know? Like, so they're the ones I'm listening to the most at the moment. And I'm listening to This America a lot still. Then you got ATM by J. Cole. J. Cole had his new album out, KOD, very good album. Then you got Happy Place, Alice in Wonderland, Awake, which I'm listening to a lot still. I got the vinyl for that one. It's one of my most spun, as the kids say, vinyls at the moment. Great song. Then I got Moshi Moshi by Steve Aoki, and that's a banger, as the kids call it. Have you heard this?
No.
Okay, it's great. It's great.
Just going for generic. Wait, Ashley, can we get a drop, please?
You've done it better. Then you got Every Day by Logic and Marshmello off Logic's
Good song.
new
Very good
mixtape, Bobby Tarantino too. And then I got Ops by Vince Staples off the Black Panther soundtrack, because I'm still listening to the Black Panther soundtrack by Kendrick Lamar. The weird thing about this song is it's called, it's by Vince Staples and Eugen Blackrock, but Kendrick Lamar's on it. And he's on a lot of the songs on the album, but his name isn't credited for some weird reason. Like, he literally does the chorus and a verse on this song, but his name is not credited once. I put his name in brackets in the article because
of that.
I know
he
I'm
needs that
trying to
credit.
be. Look, I just felt weird not putting him there. I don't understand why it's a thing. Then we got Stir Fry by the Migos, off their Culture 2 album. Great song, fucking fantastic. It is so weird, and the video's weird too, and it's just great. You just want to sing about making stir fry? Sure. And then I got God's Plan by Drake at the end, because that song came out at the very start of the year, and I still listen to it pretty much
pretty good
at
song.
least once or twice.
The music
a week.
video is one of those cool videos as well.
The music video is also very cool, where he's just handing out cash to people. Well, there's feel-good music videos. You can't help but feel good when he sits down, he hands off money. It's fine.
The new Maroon 5 music video, it's very good. Just check it out. It's a lot of girl power, feminine, strong females in it, and it's really good.
As long as we don't have females in World War One, then
it's World War II, actually.
Or whatever.
Females are fine in World War One.
Yeah, women do.
Females are fine in World War One. Okay. Wrapping up. This has been the penultimate, or as I keep calling it, the semi-finale. And Ash is like penultimate, Dylan.
That's the correct term.
Sorry.
Semi-finale is not even a thing.
It's what I call them, right? The semi-finale. It's before the finale. The semi.
I guess that sort of makes sense.
Isn't that like, what do they call it in football?
Like in tennis, it's a semi-final. In
but
football, it's like a
semi-final of
preliminary.
AFL as well, right?
It's in football. It's preliminary final.
This is the preliminary final
Finale.
of Pleasure Explosion.
Oh my God.
If you're listening, hashtag Pleasure69 if you've got some questions or fun stuff to send us in before we record the last episode. I think we're recording the last episode in
a week and a bit.
like a week's time, so you got time to get that in. But yeah, this is the second final one, the season finale semi. final thing. And then we'll be back next time. And then this podcast is done. Bury it. Delete it from your holes
No, you
and
don't retire
ears.
a burying thing.
This is no Martha.
You don't
You
retire
can't come
burying
at
things.
me like she's not coming back, and I'm not going to betray you and become your friend. The podcast is done. Green Lantern, Superman, fuckface. Get out of here. Bye.
Hey, Ashley here to let you know what you need to know about the Explosion Network in June 2018. Pleasure Explosion is coming to an end. On Thursday, the 21st of June, the Explosion Network's original podcast will play that signature guitar riff one more time as we retire the show at episode 69.
Nice.
If you have any favourite moments or questions or even random topics, it's Pleasure Explosion after all. Throw random shit. Tweet them at ExplosionPod with the hashtag Pleasure69 or email us at pleasure@explosionnetwork.com. June means E3, so make sure to check out explosionnetwork.com for all our E3 coverage and react. Tales of Theldon's whole first season is now available to binge listen to. Is that even a thing? Our D&D audio drama is available at explosionnetwork.com, iTunes, and all other good podcasting services. Thank you to everyone who's listened, and if you haven't yet, now's the time. If you're watching Westworld Season 2 at the moment, make sure to follow our Twitch at twitch.tv/Explosion Network for Bevanworld, our Westworld after show where we break down every episode. Watch live on Twitch or find it on YouTube at youtube.com/Explosion Network and podcast services including iTunes the day after airing. And of course, you can find all our other great podcasts, articles, and other explosive content like What Do You Want to Watch at explosionnetwork.com. So until next time, keep consuming our content, I guess?
Oh, fair enough. Well, there you go. That's the semi-finale in the Hatch people.